Welcome back, all of you wonderful people watching. Our second series of the night is about to kick... In fact, no, it has kicked off. The draft is ready for you, and we're about to take you there. But, yeah, how amazing is that? Short break between series. We get our first one done and done, as we saw our victors get themselves through to the closed qualifiers of the Katowice European side. And we had Singularity take down Team Go, as Moriarty also dispatched Swiss Quality Gaming. And now we're into our second stage here. Team Doggie against Helsinki Reds and Team GLB against the Wise Monkeys in the game or series that is not shown on stream. But here we have the wonderful match between Doggie and the Helsinki Reds. Best of 3. Winner progresses through to the closed quals. Loser, unfortunately, walks away with nothing. Draft pretty progressed, as we can see. I needed to take a short pee break, grab myself a drink, as we did have a long first series, and quickly transition forward into our next one of the day. 5th bans coming out now. Weaver removed by Doggie, as Helsinki Reds still potentially looking for their safe laner slash mid laner, that 1 or 2. Tiny is still relatively open. Puck likely the off laner here, with your Earth Spirit and Shadow Shaman, your 4 and 5 respectively, as Team Doggie, final hero for them, looks like it is a mid laner as well, as they have their Brew off lane, their 4 Tusk, 5 Witch Doctor, Lifestealer as the 1. I mean, is Storm? Is Storm good here? Probably not. You've got Hexes, you've got Silencers, you've got Stuns, you've got Catch, you've got Kill, you've got all sorts of stuff here to deal with Storm, but still, Infest carriers. Lifestealer, inside a Quap, inside a Storm, devastating. Can be absolutely devastating, and as always in Dota 2, very often it is who gets the jump first. If Lifestealer's inside of a Storm and they jump you, doesn't matter how much lockdown you've got, doesn't matter how fast you react, very likely you're already dead if they can see you before you can see them. So it still is an option here. Now, what else could we look for? What else is available to them? A Dragonite band, and they have to go first. Tiny Puck, Earth Spirit, Shadow Shaman, got a bit of tower damage, lots of magic nuke, plenty of wave clear, lots of split push. Feels like you may be lacking some kind of that hero that brings everything together, right? That synergy hero, that is enabled by Earth Spirit and Shadow Shaman, can do damage into a Dream Coil, and Queen of Pain is going to be that hero. The magic damage early, physical transition late with itemization brings this draft nicely together, I feel. Maybe a little glass cannony, very squishy core heroes, maybe lacking in scaling a little bit. Tiny and Quap, not the best carries at scaling, but Team Doggie have the final pick. They've got the Brewmaster, they've got the Lifestealer, they've got Teamfight Disruption with Tusk and Witch Doctor. They need damage. That is pretty much all they need from their mid laner right now. Damage and like maybe tower push. DP could be a strong candidate here for Team Doggie to go for. As it's probably worth pointing out, they have switched their roster a little bit since we last saw them. They have Akim and Gorg both coming in, replacing LeBron and Swift Ending. So likely Gork playing the safe lane here, I want to say. Keep Hester Joe in the off lane, keep Arise mid, Noya as the 5, Akim the 4 potentially. But I'm not 100% certain on that. We might see Akim and Gork swap up their roles and do some interesting things, but only time will tell. We'll get ourselves into the game before we start thinking about all of that wonderful goodness. So what is your final pick? What is your Arise hero? Magnus doesn't seem good, really, against all of that control, even if you do have a Lifestealer and a Brew. So they'll go with a Tinker. We did talk about Tinker in the previous game. We kind of brought him up early on in this draft as well. We were seeing a lot of Shadow Shaman, Puck, Earth Spirit, Tusk. Heroes that can catch the Tinker, but nothing really guaranteed. And no great vision hero here for Helsinki Reds. They have the Puck, but outside of that, not too much. So Tinker should be able to keep himself relatively well hidden. There's no bounty, there's no Nyx, there's no Storm to jump on him. They've got the gap close here, Helsinki, with their Quap and their Puck, but I'm not sure if they can keep tabs on this Tinker throughout the game. So it will be Gork on the one-roll lifestealer as expected, and that will put Akim on the Tusk.
Remaining.
We'll see how well he does on that roaming 4.
5 seconds remaining.
Get my hacks going. Get those console commands flowing. We're in. Well, Helsinki Reds, we've seen them a couple of times in recent history. ROG Masters, they were at the European LAN qualifiers where they put up a decent fight against Team Empire. Their strategy was tilt FN, which is a valid strategy. Didn't work out. I think they lost 2-0. But up against Team Doggie, a little more evenly matched for sure as we get ourselves into game number 1 of this best of 3. Let's find out what we're dealing with, shall we? Game overlay, active. We did the thing. Console commands, active. Buttons being pressed. Oh my freaking god.
Prepare for battle.
So what do we have? Standard wand build from Puck, wand build from Tiny, Quap with the semi-wand build. We'll go for that as well. Orb of Venom on the Earth Spirit as he rolls away to try and get a ward down, I believe. Womber, wombling away. Akim did get his Observer ward down at around the same time. Not sure if he spotted anything from the Earth Spirit though. So who do we have on what? Hester Joe playing the Brewmaster off lane, Arise mid Tinker, Akim Tusk, Gork Lifestealer with the Neuer Witch Doctor down at bottom. We'll have to deal with this Puck from Vipu.
30 seconds.
See you playing the Queen of Pain heading towards mid. I do feel a little awkward about these dire lanes. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Killing Brew early, they need all 3 heroes, it feels like. Especially if he has any help from a Tusk. Mid lane Tinker can be killed with the Queen of Pain Earth Spirit. That's a great pressure lane.
The battle begins.
Well, Hester Joe gets the rune. He is a better clicker than Mr. Oka, the Tiny. Unfortunate. Womba does come in with a little creep block after rolling forward. Make sure you get that for your Queen of Pain. Don't want your mid laner being angry, but a good shards here. Blocks up for a rise, and no matter how good your body block is, not going to happen. They keep the wave up on the ramp as well. Perfect there from the Radiant. Start things off on a very, very good note. Look at this with Haze leveled up. Brewmaster trading hits with Notahax on that Rasta very early on. Mid lane. The battle continues though. Earth Spirit has gone in and he's taking an absolute battering here. Vipu dies down at bottom, but Womba being chased and lasered under his own tier 1. Bottom lane, what happened here? Neuer cask and... oh well, that's not meant to happen. I don't know how Vipu dies there. That is a lifestealer with no spells, and that is a cask level 1. Must have been range creep, and Puck must have used Orb aggressively to farm and then stood next to a range creep and got bounced on. I don't know. Just level one Puck things, I guess. Unfortunate. Vipu falling. All of these lanes going very well for the Radiant. They do get rolled on here as Womba goes in onto Arise, but he's trapped inside the shards. Now the turn from Akim. Arise has Rockets level 1. Not enough damage just yet to bring down the Earth Spirit, but the snowball forward might just do it. The smash not there. He places the boulder, but doesn't get the kick. Very sad times for this mid lane. Helsinki Reds falling behind from the get-go. Notahax does connect the pull through top lane, but where's your Tiny? Where's your Tiny? What's he doing? He's battling with the Panda, who has double evasion now with Brawler and Haze. Difficult times ahead for the Finns. Vipu does get the bounty rune this time, though. And with an orb away, we'll get the double.
Got it.
Double damage.
What a funny battle. And Queen of Pain is coming out on top in last hits, though. One thing they can take away from this mid lane is even if an it has been a little bit of a disaster. They'll go in onto a rise with another Shadow Strike. The Fairy Fire, the deny is there. Akim, he's going to trade off as well. Earth Spirit comes forward. Oh, great plays from this Tusk so far. The Nice is dropped by a rise. You don't see that very often. Usually it's the get me the fuck out of this game rage quit from him, but he seems pretty happy with the way this Tusk has been playing so far. Very, very skilled. And still no kill onto Brew. Still no kills for this Dire team. Vipu has hit level 3. 1-1-1 across his skill set. Mid lane, Queen of Pain being sent packing again. Arise with a 2-1. Jump forward from Quap. And Arise is going to fall here. They do get the kill in the back end. Akim trades off with the Earth Spirit, but this mid lane's a big steaming mess, honestly, and Akim might even get the Queen of Pain. Are you kidding me? A double kill for Akim. This Tusk is godlike. Yeah, that's a big whoops from the Quap. Vipu level 1 orb. Likely has to use it defensively to get away from Gorg. Will do so as Brew still trading across with Notahax here in these pull spots. Good little deny there from the Finnish lad. But Hester Joe will chase him away from lane. What a game. What a funny game, honestly. Oh, if only that regen rune was bottom for the puck. Would have been happy days. 6-1 at 4 minutes, though. Tiny, Queen of Pain, both farming well in these lanes, despite the aggression from the Radiant, despite the deaths of some of these heroes. As the Helsinki Reds do scan in behind the Tinker, knowing that likely the Tusk is there lurking around. And Wombo will stick to this mid lane Queen of Pain to keep her safe. What's to rise up to? Still aiming for the bottle. Gets gone on. Kicked back into the shadow striking, screaming Queen of Pain, but the heal there from the Wand of Arise turns it back. They take down Womber's Earth Spirit, the rotation from Neuer, and the babysitting from Akim. Perfect to keep this Tinker up and running. Even has a salve to pop as well. They are getting everything out of these lanes. Lifestealer forcing puck out. 2-1 on this poor little puck. Sure enough, getting levels, but getting no farm whatsoever is very, very sad indeed. I think they know there's a ward there. No sentries available for the Radiant. You've got phase boots up on this Tusk already, though. Oh, he's got so much money. What's he sitting on net worth-wise? 2,500, just barely behind the Queen of Pain. Hester Joe sidesteps that rolling boulder. And they are scared. With the snowball forward, they'll get the shards to trap in the Earth Spirit. A good 2-man, 3-man boulder smash into the avalanche toss. Gets Hester Joe into a really sticky spot. Ether Shock not enough though as he heals himself up with the Fairy Fire and the Stick Charge as they turn back onto Notahax. He's missing his hits. There they finally get the kill as the Tiny comes in with a 2-for-1 trade. Tusk continues his mega kill streak and the shards not blocking. Unfortunate there. Very, very nearly saves Neuer. But Tiny comes out with a double kill as well. Even more aggression in this top lane, but Brewmaster falling. Definitely going to swing things the way of the Dire there, as Radiant's Courier also dies mid to the sonic wave of Queen of Pain. Not able to kill off Arise, it looks like, as the Maledict also unlikely to tick the Quap down. Arise survives on 25 HP with a 1 charge to go, but... Okay, that... No. That really shouldn't happen. Like that genuine, like lifestealer 1v1, well, wanting a puck? What? You've got to have some serious mistakes there for that to happen.
Invisibility.
Yeah, it's been a real rough game for Vipu. Vipu, not enough Vitu. A shame to Suomi. XD. And once Puck reaches level 6, you can maybe think about transitioning to another one of these lanes and making some kills happen. But so much of this game rests heavily on the shoulders of this Tiny, the Queen of Pain. A good toss. Holy hand grenade of Notahax flies on forward, but he's the one to explode and not his opponents. Counter to 5 instead of 3. Tinker very, very wisely dodging this Earth Spirit's advances. Looking for the top rune. Gets a free rocket out of it as well to pop one of those raindrop charges on the Queen of Pain. Arise would like a fair amount more farm though.
Illusion.
Well, that's an interesting march. Did you do that on purpose? It wouldn't have messed up any stacks. That seems like a weird march to use. But why would you not march on this as well? I'm confused. It's not like there's a Sata or anything here. They're not going to get healed up. Maybe just a misclick. Veil Brown Boots, Queen of Pain. Oh, they're thinking about that snowball forward, aren't they? Shards just now coming off cooldown. Level 6 on Tusk is going to come in soon. There's a snowball forward, Arise. Oh, he's about to die, but he leveled up. Holy crap, he's surviving through this with the bottle and 1 charges. The Queen of Pain's going to have to run away with the Maledict, and the punch is there, bringing down the Queen of Pain. So very close. Arise levels up as he's about to die. Gets that extra bit of HP and survives. And Noya being given level 6 mid as well. Tusk just offset, mainly doing this to protect the Tinker while he farms this jungle. 3 observer wards through the Radiant jungle watching for this farming, but they're not doing anything with it. They're just watching their opponents farm. They can't play aggressively. They can't maneuver inside of these farming areas just because of how Team Doggie are setting up their heroes. Tusk and Witch Doctor near the Tinker. Lifestealer is unkillable, I want to say. Like, without Sonic Wave, he's unkillable. There's just no way. They'll try and aim now for Hess to show up at top lane, but they need a toss into a Hex, and they don't have Hex. Can they maybe toss into Shackles? Oh, they're giving up anyway. Queen of Pain moves back towards mid. Alright, Gorg. Been learning from Oliver, have you? Radiant's Lifestealer, here we go. I mean, he has been free farming the entire time. No deaths, 1 kill. Relic at 11 minutes. Seems pretty good. Oh, I wanted him to hit. I wanted to see how much damage it does to Puck. Okay, what's he sitting on now? 68 damage. 68. Bloody hell. Oh, 168 damage. 68. Where did the 100 go? The 100 just disappeared from my head. 84 plus 84. Yes, 68. Idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Brexit maths, honestly. But yeah, 164 damage out of 800. It's a big old chunk, right? It's like 15% of Puck's health just gone.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Line drawn by Vipu. Has phase boots and has finally hit level 7. We're looking for this Dream Coil play. 3 heroes show top though. Well, 2 heroes show and Tusk offset again from them. But Arise is just farming jungle. No one's stopping him. No one's pressuring him. Lifestealer farms jungle down here under a ward as well. And the Helsinki Reds not able to do anything. Level 6 on Shadow Shaman is about to arrive, and then they can think about taking this tier 1 with the Serpent wards. So that's nicely timed for them as they pressure forward, but tier 1 top is about to drop. Oh, that's a level 3 March? Level 4 March, wow, he's done the full farming build. More often than not, you see the... I guess it depends how the lane's going, right? He's not had a great lane. He's been denied once or twice. He's been denied once and been killed once. Does have 6 assists. And farming to catch up. But very often, you see the 3 in laser, the 2-2-3 build. No, that was a nice kill. Lifestealer taken out of the game. Radiant's delayed by a touch as they commit 4 heroes in for it. A very quick kill though, with stun silence from Earth Spirit, very potent. Up against the Lifestealer, not allowing that rage to come forward. But they're prepping for a battle. Bringing Hester Joe in with that primal split. Scanning in behind this tier 1. Helsinki Reds, they feel like something's up. Diving here with a Sonic Wave. Definitely a possibility for them. Hester Joe will show. Well, the tiny Shadow Blade spotted and pinged out. Witch Doctor knows. They've bought time for this Tinker mid lane. Spam out the wave. Boot to Travel is basically here. He needs to like farm 1 creep camp. Is he just going to go home? You can't just go home. What was it? Oh, creep camps are spawning. Oh, he's got a bounty rune and creep camps. Yeah, he's got Boot to Travel. It's ready. It's ready. Even gets a TP home. Rearms his bots, and now he can be readily available across this map. Still setting up around this Gork Lifestealer as his Radiance comes in. 14.5 minutes. You could say maybe it's like a minute slower than it could have been, but still very, very reasonable timing. Just behind the Tiny and Net Worth with that 1 death. Oh, Tiny. He knows the courier's around, and he gets it as well. Slams it with the tree. Big old branch. Oh, Quap. Have you stayed here too long? Does get the blink away. Radiant scanning in onto that secret shop area. Queen of Pain just trying to bait out some spells here. Keep the tier 1 alive as long as they possibly can. And they've gone for the trade top with the tier 1 falling. Serpent Ward's expended. Puck getting the last hit there means the Blink Dagger now only 500 away, but they found the Queen of Pain. But there's the Chain Stun in with the Death Ward and the Maledict, and Queen of Pain TPing home. Oh, might be able to survive with a salve. Fairy Fire? No, you're just okay. You're fine. Fine. Raindrop. Sick. Well done. Stays alive through all of it. And they'll secure themselves the tower at long last. Neuer takes the final hit on it. The Witch Doctor somehow gets it. But this is now a puck very close to Blink Dagger. Helsinki Reds, they're getting their key items. Oh, the infested Tusk. They Dream Coil, but she dies. Tiny, still thinking about fighting it. Oh god, are you really? You can't go in on this, surely not. If you hit Avatos, you're still not killing Gorg. Now you're all alone. TP home? Punch? Yeah, I'm 100% sure that's a bad play. Good Hex, but not still dead. So, the play to turn and fight was, I feel, good. I feel like that's an acceptable play. You don't 100% know if the Lifestealer is infested inside. You can maybe assume he is. But you have Puck and Tiny with all of their spells available. You feel super strong going into a Tusk and a Lifestealer. I feel. That's like a good decision to fight there 2v2. But as soon as you lose your Puck immediately and then get the Tusk, chasing forward for more is very bad. You're fighting near a shrine, you're fighting near TPs, you're fighting into a Lifestealer who has Rage. and 1500 HP. But oh well, Tiny's alive again. Moving into the Sanjin Yasha. Can look to now group up with the rest of his team, utilize this Sonic Wave, get this Orchid up and running for the Queen of Pain. Desperately need to make something happen. They even had that tome used by the Earth Spirit to hit level 6. And it's all just slow, sticky sailing here. Like it's the opposite of smooth sailing for Helsinki Reds. That's what I'm trying to say. But the Puck Blink Dagger definitely could help alleviate this a fair amount.
Double damage. What have we here?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What have we here?
Phase Boots, yeah. Was he going SNY or was he going Manta? I've seen both. Oh my god, he's popped into a dragon. Here we go.
Radiant are scared.
Here we go. We saw this in
Dire's
pubs a
bottom
long
tower
time
is
ago.
under attack.
Radiance inside
Radiant's
Pudge,
are falling.
inside someone else. Wait, what was it? You buy Radiance Ags on Lifestealer, then you put a rotting Pudge inside you, and then you jump into a dragon, right? Then you have a rotting Radiance Burning Dragon, and you have someone put Ion Shell on you when you jump in as well? Yeah, that was disgusting. They've changed a lot of things since then. Ooh, a rise. Not a Hack gets the hell out. Bottom lane, this is why the fight is on. Nice dust onto the Tiny means that the Tusk can start to put a bit of pressure onto Auka. Avalanche Toss will clear up Akim though. Buy a bit of space to blink the Brew out as his ulti does finish up, but here's Neuer caught and killed as the Finns defend their tier 2. Get a couple of kills to their name. Good defense mounted there by Helsinki Reds. Gork does continue farming top lane though, top of the net worth by a good 2,000. Observer wards are around looking for a Rise's Tinker, but he has been untouched for the past, what, 5-6 minutes? Maybe even more, like 7-8 minutes. He's just been farming and farming and farming and farming and farming, and now he's going to go in and start to fight. They've got the rocket spam and the laser in as Auka is being forced away. They need reveal though. The Shadow Blade is halfway through its duration. He has no TP scroll, which they likely know, but they'll chase forward, try and catch someone else instead, but Queen of Pain is already out. That's Tiny. Well, wait out his TP cooldown. They see your eyes. They've got the vision. They've got the Hex now from Notta. Aided by the Dreamcall Snap and the Shackles. They bring the Tinker down. Great vision there. That one Tinker ward up on the high ground paying off massively for the Helsinki Reds. But this is all very piecemeal, little by little. They find a pick, they defend their tower. They're still not playing, actively moving forward, gaining objectives, winning team fights. It still definitely feels like the Radiant here coming out on top in the grand scheme of things. He is going for Manta style on Gorg. The Orchid, the Waning Rift, Magnetize and Geomagnetic Grip, obviously very potent abilities up against a Lifestealer indeed.
Radiant's top tower is under
Tiny
attack.
needs to start really hard transitioning. Get that BKB, get the Assault Cuirass.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
A big smoke from Team Doggie though. Is that all 5 of them? That's 3. Tinker's off. Arise is doing Arise Tinker things. Farming Kaya. Try and get his Dagon? Dagon could definitely work this game. Equally think about your Ags, your Hex, but here's the smoke popping. Tiny the first to be found, but they've killed off Notta down to half HP and blasted by the rockets. With the Death Ward down, Tiny will follow his friend to the grave. 700 damage from that Maledict tick at the end. Huge amount of expenditure from the Radiant, but 2 big kills. A mid lane Quap will pressure. Needs a little help from her friends though, as the puck will come in and deal some damage to this tier 2. A bit of a wraparound from Team Doggie. But Tinker still needs time. Still needs to keep on farming. It is going to be that Hex that he aims towards. An undispellable item up against Queen of Pain, Puck, Tiny. Very, very potent indeed. Not quite able to catch the puck this time. Just trying to carve a bit of map here for Arise to farm safely on the other side of. Maneuver yourself as 4 around this lifestealer as much as you can. Tinker could just join in for team fights from time to time as he tries to split push out a couple of these other waves. Good move by the Queen of Pain. Again, just securing map space. Tinker wants to fight. Courier flies over. Lift up as the Quap blinks southeast. Still trying to catch onto her. Tusk, snowball. Roll forward. Lifestealer finds the Queen of Pain. The damage in with the Tusk shard blocking again, and the Quap. Oh dear. The Dream Coil not able to save her.
Invisibility.
Still though, not a huge lead here for Team Doggie. It feels like they are much further ahead than the metrics indicate. Still a lot of good farm being done by the Queen of Pain and the Tiny as they found the Tinker yet again. Bottom lane, he gets the kill on Earth Spirit to start off with. Tiny might have given his life over for this as well. He will be found by the Tusk, and the Lifestealer arrives. Rips him a new one. 1, 2, 3 punch with the Witch Doctor helping. It will be the Walrus punch that sends him into the air, and Gorg that brings him back down to the ground. Another fall at that. Helsinki Reds lose 3 heroes in quick succession, and the Radiant, they only lose their Tinker, right? Tinker falling there. Sad for Arise, but grand scheme, still pretty good for Team Doggie. Next step, Roshan and Tier 2s. Still standing mid and top. Right, Gork, what's next, buddy? You've got your Raddy, you've got your Manta, you've got your Phase Boots. You didn't go Solar Crest, which we see quite often from this build. But next up, what is like an Assault Cuirass? Do you go BKB? I don't feel like he needs BKB this game. What about Nullifier? What about Nullifier? That seems sick.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sick, dude. He really does have quite a few options. Deso, Abyssal Blade, Bloodthorn, Mjolnir. Mjolnir could be really good. We could go for... Diffusal Blade doesn't seem amazing. Echo Saber doesn't seem amazing. Halberd seems okay against Tiny. Halberd seems decent. He just has so many options. You kind of want to... So, one of the quandaries that sometimes, like this is a pretty rare thing to find yourself in. The easiest way to explain this is the MKB versus Butterfly paradigm, right? Is you have one core on Team A, very farmed, one core on Team B, very farmed. They both have like 3,000, 4,000 gold. And both of them can go for Butterfly. So you're kind of waiting to see who blinks first, who goes for the Butterfly first, and then the other one starts to go MKB. Or one goes MKB to try and preempt the Butterfly, and the other one goes Butterfly. And you get this whole mix-up. Lifestealer here, he's got so much gold. The options are so bountiful, he would like to see what his opponents are building before he decides what to buy. So now he'll see Lincoln Sphere is nearly done for the Queen of Pain. He'll likely soon see the BKB is being built by the Tiny. I think, yeah, Basher is just the best in any case. Then you can just 1v1 the Tiny. That is your biggest issue this game. You've got Manta to get out of silences. You're tanky enough to deal with all of the nuke damage coming from Helsinki Reds. You've got save from the Tusk. And I guess Voodoo Restoration Witch Doctor can help you out as well as this pipe being built up by Neuer. Just go for Basher, mate. Go for the full Abyssal, why not?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
But did he dive in?
Dire's top tower has
Why are you diving in there? Oh, this is why. Oh, they were diving in to make a play bot to try and force Radiant heroes to TP and defend tier 3, pretending that there's heroes sat behind them bottom lane while they try and take Roshan. I mean, that's a reasonably intelligent play. You know, you force... So you know your opponent's like set up top, you force their hand and force them bot while you sneak Roshan. So you have this bridge of space. Roshan now being taken by the Radiant. It is slow working as the Dire do try to come into contest, but there's the two-man shards and Snowball with the primal split. They'll catch Not to Hacks. Glimmer caped up for the moment, does retreat away, but it's the Tiny the first to fall in this fight as the silence from Queen of Pain will not secure anything as the Rasta falls still to this primal split, chasing him down and now looking for the Queen of Pain as well, but it's going to be Earth Spirit and the Puck readying themselves to jump in and steal. Wombo, Boulder Smash, Snowball, where's the roll? Not coming just yet, and it looks like the Tusk with the Witch Doctor have zoned them out just enough. Roshan's not nearly close enough to dying for the Puck to jump in. Still has the Blink Dagger ready, but the Sonic Wave will arrive. Gorg is low, but they've got the Aegis now, the jump forward. Vipu gets the Phase Shift Orb, needs to jaunt to safety, and will secure a little bit of a respite there for the Helsinki Reds, but Roshan, Aegis, taken up by the Lifestealer. Almost puts the final nail in the coffin here of this Dire team. No explanation. Just a whoops and a disconnect. That's a rage quit if I've ever seen one. Queen of Pain's still alive. They need her to push this tower. She's cutting waves, doing a spectacular job, keeping Team Doggie honest, at least for the meantime. Where's Tinker now? Third net worth. Caught up and overtaking the Tiny and the Puck. And Puck, honestly, exceptional job. From being, you know, bottom 3, bottom 4 net worth, 3 last hits at like 8 minutes, level 4 or so, to being top 6, almost top 5 in net worth there. Blink Yules moving into the Dagon build. Didn't go Spell Amp though, went for the plus 50 damage. I think I would like a Hex, much more than a Dagon. You have Blink Yules. I don't know, it's so hard to say on Puck, but like going 50 damage and not the Spell Amp doesn't really play into the Dagon builds that well. And you could just go for like Hex Ags and be a utility Puck. Maybe they feel like they're going to be lacking damage. Tiny's falling behind. Queen of Pain not really scaling. Lincoln's is still not here. Has money for it, but still a fair distance away. Oh, buybacks are so expensive. 1,000 gold for the Queen of Pain. What's the Rasta's buyback? 792. What about Witch Doctor? 876. Oh, what about Brewmaster? 833. Wait, Witch Doctor's buyback is higher than the Brewmaster. What? Level 14. Witch Doctor's level 15. Oh, what's happened? Brew with Blink BKB. Fair enough. Witch Doctor with a full pipe. Yeah, you put those sentries in your quick buy, you dirty bastard, buying a full pipe as a hard 5 roll. Yeah, I mean, even the Tusk is super farm. Look at that, level 15, 8k net worth, Solar Drums earn, almost Blink. He's a core hero. He's a core hero. He's got the same bloody net worth as the Brewmaster. Jeez.
Radiant are
Little fatties. Radiant has a bunch of little fatties. Well, this time it's the Tinker Ward of the Radiant that catches out the Tiny, who was pretending to be a Tinker by hiding in the trees and dying to a Tinker Ward when he's tiny. Bot lane push is arriving though. Serpent Ward's going to come out from Notahax as he glimmers up and moves forward. They get them planted, but the March of the Machines means the creep wave dies. Backdoor regen will come forward soon, and the Serpent Wards, all in all, do about 600 damage to the tower. Not too bad. Good start. We'll need to cycle that through a couple more times. Nullifier and Queen of Pain to go along with the Orchid there. Against Lifestealer, against Brew. Very, very handy indeed. She blinks forward and dies, though. She has a ward there, I guess, and felt safe, but... Well, that's bizarre. In the meantime, you're losing your base. Lifestealer Radiant Solutions pushing multiple lanes, doing damage to multiple towers. Helsinki Reds might need to buy back their Queen of Pain soon. Gork up onto the high ground. 2.5 minutes for Aegis. Quick Yules onto the Brew means Hasta Joe is held back. But he's got Blink BKB ready to go as they rage Gork. Earn him up as well. In fact, Spirit Vessel with a soul release. Not an earn. But the upgraded version. Oh no, it is just an earn. What am I talking about? I thought I saw the... I'm stupid. That's what's happening. Still a dire team though, losing an entire lane of racks here. Not buying back on the Queen of Pain. Now, Blink Toss. A Hex into kill. Hester Joe blown up, but they've got the Abyssal Earth Spirit. Right click down into Oblivion. The Cape will keep the Tiny alive, but the Bash arrives with the reveal. The Sentry's down, and the Tiny's about to fall. The Maledict will pop him here. As he gets into the fountain, he falls. And Team Doggie in this dire base, thread by thread, pulling apart the Helsinki Reds. The Glimmer with the Hex. Gonna keep Vipu alive with that Dagon level 3. But Team Doggie will be happy with what they got here. Tier 3 and melee racks full top lane. They even got the buyback from the Queen of Pain to come out as well. As they'll clear up the entire lane top, swing in towards mid. Tinker's here with a Hex, the Chain Hex potentially. Going to come through and keep the CC onto Puck. Jumping forward with the laser and the rockets. It's the punch that arrives from Akim to secure yet another takedown. And Helsinki Reds might just be thinking about game 2 at this point. Oh, Puck buys back. So still thinking about game number 1, but bottom lane, they're jumping in. The Chain Hex is there and not a Hex. Not a Hex is what he's exclaiming. Arise has hit his timing. And is making the Finns pay. Backstab comes in. Queen of Pain not going to land it in onto the Tusk. There's a good kick. Earth Spirit lands. He's still got Aegis, Manta, Abyssal Blade as the Yules onto Tinker will hold him in place. The Silence is there with the Dream Coil as well. Vipu trying to focus down this Arise Tinker. A Sonic Wave will do the damage and they'll bring him down at long last. The Tiny arrives but sent into the Cyclone. Status resistance is a great thing, isn't it? Immediately falls to the ground, but that Tiny still surviving, cleaving through these Brewlings. They need to keep him chain CC'd, but they're chasing the Queen of Pain. See you. Trying to get away, blinks out from the cask as the Lincolns will pop. The rest of the Radiant team, though, converging around the Puck. Vipu has to jaunt away. The Aegis will be reclaimed, but Gork doesn't care. Death Ward is down, and this Puck, only one way to escape, and that's to blink northeast, jaunt to this orb, and get back into the fountain. The trouble is they're losing yet another lane. Courier flying over. They've got the Queen of Pain to clear through this wave. Gork still unfazed by all of this. The Silence and the Shadow Strike will get taken away by the Manta style, though. Sentry, 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 Obsword, sentry, Obsword, dust, smoke, Obsword, sentry. Neuer, come on. Be a little more enthusiastic with your quick buy, shall we? Put some tomes in there, mate. No, don't spend all your money on Obs and sentries. Buy something fun. Buy a Dagon 1. Smoke time.
Radiant
Yeah, it's a smoke time. Sneaky bot lane push here. What are you doing? They know you're here. Is he going to roll again and ward deep? What's happening? Okay, he's warding deep.
Dire's middle
They're
barracks.
just going to go for the trade then. Puck and Tiny are in your base, so trading here seems kind of impossible.
Dire's
Malarax is gone. Shadow Shaman puts the wards down. Maybe you get a tier 3. Okay, you'll get a tier 3. No one's contesting the wards, but it's inside the Dire base. The BKB has to Joe pops his primal split to go in onto the puck, but they'll stun up onto the Tiny to begin with. A good Boros punch catches the Earth Spirit with the Hexes there, and Gork clears him up. Oh, Helsinki Reds, the Glimmer onto another Hax is not going to save you. They have the reveal. They'll one-click you down, and Gork is godlike with a double kill now turning into a triple, but he's tossed up into the air, not at the fountain. They need a CC to keep this Tiny at bay, but GG is already called. They clear up the majority of Helsinki Reds. The Tiny will survive, but the fact that the Tusk is diving into fountain pretty much means that the game is over. Game number 1 will go the way of Team Doggie here, 36-12. As the Helsinki Reds tap out. Game number 1 of this best of 3. Still more to come though. We'll take a short break, everybody, as we'll get ourselves into the lobby for game number 2. We'll get ourselves all set up to see if the Helsinki Reds can come back in this series, tie things up 1-1, or if Team Doggie can take it 2-0 and progress themselves all the way through, smooth sailing towards that closed qualifier group stage for ESL 1 Katowice 2018. We'll take a short break, be back in just a little bit.